welcome back to another video of LeetCode Daily Challenge Streak series, and in today's video we have a LeetCode medium question that says find players with 0 or 1 losses. Well, in this question you're given an integer array matches where the index values represent winner and loser of the respective match. Now you're supposed to return a list answer which is of size 2, meaning you're supposed to return array of arrays, okay, in which the first array is a list of all players that have not lost any matches. So it means that they are winners and they have not lost any match. Next, second list answer of 1 is a list of all players that have lost exactly one match. So these people in the list 2, they've lost exactly one match. Now, the values in two lists should be returned in increasing order. In the sense, we are supposed to sort it while returning it. You should only consider the players that have played at least one match. The test cases will be generated such that no two matches will have the same outcome. Now, let's consider an example while trying to understand this question. Now, we are given a matches array. Now, let's first make two different arrays, winners and losers. Let's first differentiate these values. Now, since the question says that the first element is winner and the second element is a loser, let's write all the values of winner and loser in the respective rows. Now, 1, 2, 3, 5. I'm writing all the first indices of this thing, okay? 1, 2, 3, 5, 5, 4, 4, 4, 10 and 10. This is the winner array, and let's check the loser array. It says 3, 3, 6, 6, 7, 3, 3, 6, 6, 7, 5, 8, 9, 4 and 9. Well, based on the given input, this is how winners and losers are differentiated. Now, what does the question say? In the first array, we are supposed to return the list of winners or the players that have not lost even a single match. So all the winners who are in these things, okay, so before that you should know that the winners, the players present in the winners, okay, may or may not have lost the match. The player who has won all the matches won't be a part of the loser match, okay, but the player who has won a few matches but also lost a few matches will be a part of this array losers, okay. Now, how do we return these values? It's a very straightforward approach. Now, let's consider three different sets which says 0 losses, meaning the player has not even lost one single match. Next, another set that says 1 loss, meaning the player has won the match but also incurred one loss or got defeated once. Now, last one that says more loss. It means that the player has been defeated more than one time. Now, what will go into the set of 0 losses or the array of 0 losses? If they are present in the winners and not present in the losers, it will go into the 0 losses. If they are present in winners but also, wait, here's the catch. It's not that every winner is also a loser sometime. The loser might have lost it once and also might have never won a single match. Those people will also go into one loss because the question says you're just supposed to return the players that have lost exactly one match. So it is possible that they did not win one match also they lost one match. Now, more loss meaning they lost more than one match. They could have won one match and lost more than one match, or they could have lost many matches, meaning more than one match. Now let's simply check the frequency of every element with respect to losers. We'll take 1 first. Do we have 1 in this array? No, we don't have 1. It means that 1 never lost any match. So 1 will go into the 0 losses array. Next, let's take 2. Can we see 2 anywhere? Okay, let me make this clear. This is 3 and this is also 3. Okay. Next, do we have 2 in this array? No, we don't have 2 in the losers array. It means that 2 also never lost. Next, let's take 3. 3 is there in winner array. But let's also check if it has lost any match. Yes, it has lost match, but not once, so twice. So it will go into the more losses array. Now we are maintaining a set here just so we don't have to write the element 2 times. Okay, if we maintain a set, we can just write it once. We can just write it once and then move forward. We know that 3 has lost more than once, which is why we are keeping a set of this element. Next, let's go for the element 5. Element 5 has won 2 times. But what we are checking if the element has lost more than 1 time or 1 time. Let's go into the losers array and check if 5 is present. Yes, 5 is present. Did it lose more than once? No, it has not lost more than once. So 5 will go into the 1 loss set. Next, 4. 4 is in the winners array. Let's also check if it's in the losers array. Yes, it has lost once, so it won't go into the 0 losses array. Now, it has also not lost more than once, so it will go into the 1 loss array and not more losses set because it has not lost more than once. Next, we already went through 4, again 4, because since it's a set, we don't have to check for the same element every time. Now, next, 10. Do we see 10 in the losers array? No, it means that 10 never lost a match. Okay, it's the same element again here. Now, let's take a different color. Now, losers. 3. We already went through 3. We already have the set 3. Sorry, my bad. Yeah. We already iterated through this element. Now 3 is done, 3 is done. Next, 6. 6 is in the losers array. It means that it has never won a single match. Now, 6 is in array. Now, 6 is there in this element. Now, let's check how many times 6 has occurred in this array. Now we can see that 6 has occurred 2 times. 6 has occurred 2 times. So it will go to the more losses array. Next, 7. Now 7, if you see in the losers array, we can see that it's only repeating once. So this will go into the 1 loss array. Next, 5. 5 is only repeated once, but we already iterated through 5. So we don't have to check 5 again. Next element is 8. How many times is 8 present? It's only present once. So it will go into the 1 loss array. Next, 9. How many times is 9 present in this? 9 is present twice. Okay, 9 is present twice here. So, in which array does it go into? This goes into the more loss array. Now, we iterated through all the elements. 4 is done, 9 is done, 9 is done. So, we iterated through all the arrays. Now, what are we supposed to return it in the end? We are supposed to return a list of players that has not lost any matches. Meaning, we are supposed to return the 0 losses. And next, what else are we supposed to return? We are supposed to return a list of players that have lost exactly 1 match. One match meaning the set of 1 loss. Now, what are we supposed to note? We are supposed to note that the value should be returned in increasing order. So, we have to sort these values and then return it. Let's arrange this in increasing order. It's already arranged, so it's 1, 2 and 10. Now, what's this one? How do we arrange it? We'll get 4, 5, 7, 8. Now let's check the output. See, the output for the first one is 1, 2, 10 and 4, 5, 7, 8. So this is right. Now let's quickly jump into the logic part. How do we do this? How do we convert this into the code? How do we write this logic in the form of a code? Now, it's very simple. We'll just, okay, let me choose a different color. We'll just create 3 sets first. 0 losses, 1 loss and more loss. Okay, and we already have our arrays winner and loser. Okay, and we have 0 losses, 1 loss and more loss. Now, where do we get this winner and loser from? From the input, we are segregating this into winner and loser by its index value. Now, it is very simple. Okay, we will be iterating through winner and loser simultaneously at the very same time. We will check for the winner value, we will update it in one of the sets and then take this loser value in the same iteration and update it in one of the sets. And in the end, we are going to take the 0 losses set and 1 loss set and sort it and then we are going to return it. Now, what are the conditions to update the 0, 1 and more losses? Simple. Now, we will take the winner first. When we are at the winner element, when we are iterating through the winner element, if the winner element is not present in one loss or more loss, it means that the player has incurred 0 losses. So we will add it in 0 losses directly. That is the only condition to check for the winner. Now, what conditions do we check for the loser? When we come across the losers, now there could be a chance where the winner element is also in the loser element, but we never came across it. So first we have to check if the element is there in 0 losses. If we have to check that the loser element is there in 0 losses. If it is there in 0 losses, then we are supposed to remove the element from 0 losses and add it in 1 loss, because for now, until now, we only came across the 1 loss element. Now next, if you came across an element that is present in 1 loss, okay, if you came across an element that is already present in 1 loss, what do? You remove it from the 1 loss and add it in more losses, because assume that's 4 here and you added it in 1 loss set and you came across 4 again and you're checking if it's there in 1 loss, meaning this player lost once already. So since the player lost once already and he lost it again, we are going to remove it and we are going to add them in more losses. Same goes. Now we'll keep doing this until all the elements are finished. Okay, we'll keep doing this until all the elements are finished, and we are going to sort 0 losses and 1 losses and return them in the form of a list. Okay. Now let's quickly code this up. We have a function find winners given and the input matches in which we have the winners and losers. Now, what are we doing first? We are first creating 3 sets, 0 loss, 1 loss and more loss respectively, to check the players if they have lost 0 times or lost 1 time or lost more than 1 time. Okay. Now, we are creating 3 sets. What are we doing next? We are going to iterate over these matches array and then segregate the winner and loser. The 0th index is the winner and the first index is the loser. Now let's do that. For match in matches, winner, loser. Winner is the 0th index and loser is the first index. Since it's array of array, this is the array of array, and in this array the 0th index is winner here. In this complete array we have arrays again. In those arrays the 0th index is the winner and the next one is the loser. Next, what are we doing? For this respective value that we pick, we are checking if this winner, when we are iterating itself, we are checking if the winner is in the 0 loss set. If winner is in 0 loss set, it means that the winner has not lost any match. Simultaneously, we'll check for the loser as well. We'll see if the 0 loss, if the loser is in the 0 loss or 1 loss or more loss. If this loser has been added to the 0 loss, what will we do? We will be removing that player from the 0 loss, because we came across this loser. It means that he lost the match. So we will remove from the 0 loss and we will add them to the 1 loss. If the loser is also present in 1 loss and we came across the player once again, we will remove from 1 loss and add them to more loss. And in the end, we are going to sort 0 loss and 1 loss and we are going to return those lists. Now, what are we checking first? We are checking for 0 loss. So, if winner not in 1 loss, okay, if he is not lost once and not lost more than once, we'll be adding them to 0 loss. Okay, winner not in more loss. What are we doing? We are adding the winner, the player, to the 0 loss. Let me just increase this. Next, what are we doing next? We are checking if the loser is there in 1 loss or 0 loss or more loss. Now, what is the first condition? The first condition in if else is to check if the loser is in 0 loss. It means that until now the loser has not incurred any loss, But now that we came across it and now it is in 0 loss, we will be removing it from 0 loss and moving it to 1 loss since we have come across that particular player. Okay, now if loser in 0 loss, we are going to remove him from 0 loss. Okay, we are going to remove the loser from 0 loss and we are going to move him to the 1 loss because he has incurred 1 loss. 1 loss dot add loser. Now else if the loser in 1 loss. What if he is there in 1 loss already and we have come across the player once again? So if he has incurred the loss once and we have came across the player once again, then we will be moving him to more loss because he has incurred more than 2 losses. So we'll be removing him from 1 loss dot remove loser and we'll be adding him to more loss loser. Now what if we came across the same element? What if the same loser element is already there in more loss? What if the same element is there in more loss? He's there in more loss. We don't have any additional check. He's already there in more loss. So we'll just continue iterating. Since it's already a set and we already noted the element, we don't have any additional check more losses. We don't have any other check than more losses. So we will just continue. Okay. If loser in more loss, we will just continue. Now what's the else condition? What happens in else? Else meaning, so we saw the loser in 0 loss, we saw the loser in 1 loss, we saw the loser in more loss. Now what if we never saw the loser until now and we just came across that element? Just coming across means that it's his first loss. If it's his first loss, then to what set do we add him? We add him to the 1 loss set. Okay, we will be adding him to the 1 loss set. Okay, what are we doing in the end? We are going to sort them. So we'll take a new array answer. Okay, we are going to take a new array in which we are going to add the sorted value of list of 0 loss. Okay, we are taking the list of this thing and we are going to sort it. Since it's a set, we are converting it into list. And why list? Because they asked us to return the list of players. So we are converting the set into list and then we are sorting it. Okay, next we are doing the same thing with the 1 loss thing as well. Okay, we are doing the same thing with the 1 loss thing as well. 1 loss. Okay, after sorting, we are just returning the answer. Now let's quickly run the code. It's accepted and let me just then submit this. Right, it is submitted. Now let's quickly talk about the time complexity of this thing. We're going to talk about the time complexity of this thing. Now, after iteration of all the elements, we are sorting the list here. So the time complexity would be big O of n log n. Now, what is the space complexity? Okay, what is the space complexity? We are using the sets to store the elements. If the number of winners or losers are n, we'll have to store n elements. Okay, n elements in each of the set. Okay, for that our space complexity would be big O of n. Thank you guys.